Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight, and today I'm going to talk about the Leicestershire Police formal interview, which includes a presentation. So quite a few of you have been given this document here. You can always press pause and have a bit of a read through it. And I know I've been asked several questions about how do I prepare for this, because it's a 10-minute introduction of yourself, all about your motivation for wanting to join, skills and experience that you would have that would make you a great police officer, and a chance to show you've got the right attitude, values and behaviours to work for Leicestershire Police. Now there's quite a few forces are now introducing presentations, and it's not new. You know, for several years now I've come across police forces who've been doing this, so it's not an unusual thing. It's something that's very, very common. British Transport Police have been doing presentations for a long time. I do believe Norfolk and Suffolk, I believe they have presentations now. Cambridgeshire did, South Wales Police did. I don't know if they've brought them back again. See, what happens with force interviews is they'll do one thing on one recruitment campaign, and then some new boss will come along and they'll change it and do something else, and then they'll go back to what they had before, changing all the time. And you've just got to adapt and make sure that you can develop yourself in such a way that you can prepare for these sort of presentations. Now, 10-minute presentation, for some of you, it might be freaking you out a little bit. I've got to do a 10-minute presentation. Well, let me reframe it for you. So if you went for an interview and I asked you these questions, tell me a little bit about yourself. Does that not sound a little bit about like an introduction? Is it? Tell me a little bit about yourself. And then I ask you the question, so why do you want to be a police officer? And that's your motivation. Why do you want to join the police? The next question I might ask you is, what skills and experience do you feel you could bring to the police service to make it a better version of what it is already? Again, a perfectly legitimate question, and one that you'd prepare for. And then I may ask you, so what sort of values are important to you? Why are they important to you? And then once you've reeled off one or two values which you feel are really important to you, I then may say, so can you tell me about a time when you've actually demonstrated those values? And this is where you'd be demonstrating your attitude and your behaviour. Now your answers to those 4 questions would probably be between 10 and 15 minutes long. So you see, this presentation is their opportunity to see if you can talk and present something to people, and it's an opportunity for them to get a feel for your communication skills. But it's also answering just 4 questions, which you probably would have been asked anyway. And lots of forces do ask, but they don't frame it as a presentation. The difference here is that you're doing it all in one go in 10 minutes for them. So the advice I give on my online course for the final interview stands here. It's perfect really for this presentation, where I go into great depth about telling your story, telling your unique and authentic story, both with emotion and passion and enthusiasm as well. So developing that story isn't going to come overnight, and you need to have a story that's worth telling. Now all of you do, but it's just working out what parts of that story are going to fit best for these questions. So there you go, folks, a very quick video for you. I hope it helps, and I hope it gets you thinking about, even if you're not applying for Leicestershire, how you would answer those questions, because they are all perfectly legitimate and acceptable and common questions that are asked by forces all round the country. So if you'd like to find out more guidance on how to actually prepare for answers like that, then please do join the Bluelight Facebook support group if you're not already a member of it, and I'll put a link below. And there's also links to my masterclasses and, importantly, my online course to help prepare you for the in-force interview, and especially for the interactive webinars that come as part of that package to help support you, where we actually put it all into practice as a group on a webinar. So I hope this really helps you if you are going for Leicestershire. It's a fine force, Leicestershire. Got a great leader. Who's the name of the Chief Constable again? It's a question I often ask on my webinars, And you'd be amazed at the number of people who don't know the name of the Chief Constable of the force they're applying for, or indeed what that particular Chief Constable stands for in terms of what they hold dear or what they've been talking about in the press recently. Okay, know your force, folks. Commercial awareness. All right, that's a completely different video, so I'll talk about that another time. So until that next time, I shall catch up with you soon. Bye-bye for now.